Now it is clear that this president is an ostrich president. This president is a joker. This president is a comedian of a diplomat. My brother, let me rewind. Let me take you to the days of Kamala Harris coming into this country, the vice president of America. She unequivocally told the people of Ghana in a very, very arrogant speech, I don't care what you think about in this country. I don't care what your laws are. LGBTQI plus is a human right. And everywhere I go, I will trumpet it. My brother, the man who feeds you, when he talks to you with no respect. After all, he controls you. That was so arrogant. I'm just imagining Robert Mugabe going to America. Imagining Atta Mills going all the way to America. I'm just imagining Nyasimbe Iyadima or any African president for that matter going to America and standing on national TV, broadcast to the whole of America, standing in front of the American president and telling the American president, I don't care what your laws say in this country. I don't care what the American people think about polygamy. Polygamy is a human right. And wherever I go standing in this world, I will trumpet that and I will never care what the American people or your laws say about that. The next moment, the American CIA will come after you. The FBI will come after you. They will splash you all over their newspapers in America that this is an uncivilized charlatan who has arrived in their country. No wonder you go for a world conference and you are treated like animals, the dogs that you are, that are ready to eat bones from off the table of the West. No wonder you go for the Queen's funeral and all you African leaders are packed in one bus while the prince and the princess and whoever it is of England are all riding horses and taking away, my brother, my sister, as if in a charade, flowers sprinkled in front of them to walk around like Cinderella. My brother, my sister, we have demeaned Africa beyond resurrection. We have killed Africa beyond resurrection. My brother, my sister, I am so ashamed of some of our leaders. Listen to what the president is saying. Oh, diplomatic community, don't you worry. We will never ever backslide on our record for humanity and human rights. Don't worry about the LGBTQI plus bill. That was the same thing this president told Kamala Harris. Now let me be reasonable. Let me make sense. Now, what is the parliament all about? The parliament is Ghana in one room. When we decide to take Ghana out of a country and put it in one room, it is known as the parliament. Please write it down. I said, what does it mean to say the parliament house? It is Ghana that has been taken out of a country and put in one room. That is the parliament. Nobody has ever defined the parliament like this. By the inspiration of the Almighty, we speak to you with power and understanding, above all, comprehension and wisdom. Hear me now, brethren. If the parliament house is Ghana in a certain room, it means that the parliament house represents the whole of Ghana, the whims and caprices, the feelings of Ghana, the heads of Ghana. Now, if the whole parliament house decided that we don't want this LGBTQI plus thing, it means the whole of Ghana says no to it. Am I making sense? Now, my brother, my sister, all those MPs who have gone behind this thing and they are making noise, they are cowards. They have let the LGBTQI plus people down. No wonder they are threatening to expose all these gays and lesbians in parliament. that they claim are in there. My brother, my sister, if you like homosexuality, it behoved you to raise your hand and say, I like it and I want to go by it. But no, all of you unanimously decided to say you did not want it. And as the thing moved forward, it's been passed. Who is the president to say he will not sign it? If the whole Ghana, represented by the Parliament House, has decided to pass a certain motion, who is the president, one man, to say that he cannot or will not sign it? Unless you live in a draconian environment. Unless you live in prehistoric times. Am I making sense? The whole Parliament of Ghana decided that no, they don't want it. And they represent all the constituencies in Ghana. Unequivocally, they represent Ghana. Some of them are coming from the party of the president or the majority side. They all decided that they don't want it. Who is the president, one man, to say that he will not sign it? Why should even the president be given the option as whether to sign it or not? The president was supposed to sign it by force, whether he liked it or not, because Parliament is bigger than the president. In a country that has common sense and understands its nation properly, the president should never be given the option to decide whether to sign it or not. If the president really represents the country and stands for the country, and if Parliament represents the whole country and Parliament passes a certain kind of motion, Mr. President should have no option but to append his signature or resign as president and let somebody with common sense come in and be the president. Am I making sense, brethren? I am so angry that you give so much power to one man, one weakling, one man who is so hemorrhaged in the brain, one man who dresses as if he's going to serve tea to the colonial master. My God. I leave it here. It's so painful. I said I leave it here. My God have mercy. What is this?